All right, what's good, guys? We're going to do a quick little trade recap, and man, we did absolutely amazing today. Hit 2 full TP trades. This week, I have gone, I want to say, like 7 or 8 and 2, which is absolutely insane. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. And damn, I didn't even realize what the hell fucking happened right before market closed. Holy shit, we literally dumped. But that is besides the point. Let's go ahead and replay back to market open. Also, 0-2 funded episode 3 dropping right after this. Also, if you could, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, please. Really would help me out a ton. And drop a like on this video if you enjoy it. But let's jump into it. So, market opens. Keep in mind today we also had 10 a.m. high impact news. There's been a lot of news recently going on. Make sure you guys are checking news. Do not want to get caught up in a trade while high impact news is happening. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what happens. Now, first thing I was actually looking for, pretty much as soon as we dumped off of this open, I kind of wanted us to see us retest this area right up here, possibly even take out this high and then make an expansionary move to the downside. It's kind of what I've been going over the last couple of days that I've really, noticed as a pattern has been happening. So was bearish right here. We started to tap back into this zone. So right here, I was like, okay, if we get above this high right here or above this area, I'll probably switch to bullish, but I still was kind of bearish right here. Boom, right there. First setup happened right here, but this was 9 minutes before news. As you can see, that candle this candle opened at 9:51, so this candle actually closed at 9:54, which was 6 minutes before news. So I was a little hesitant on taking it just because we had high impact news coming out in literally just a couple of minutes after this. So I sat this trade out, even though look how perfectly this set up, guys. We had our initial push down, a retest back up to the zone. Once again, took out that high. I don't really like to do this, but we did have, technically resting liquidity above this high. I really don't, I don't like to say, I always say shit doesn't need to be that complicated. I understand how ICT and SMC concepts work. So when they happen on the chart, I can't help but see them. If you don't know them, I honestly would not recommend diving too far deep into them. It's not to say that they don't work. I just think that it's very overcomplicated, especially for newer people. This could be as simple as just a rejection of this high, really, right? We came down, retested up, boom, rejected out. That's a perfect 3-minute setup here. That could be as simple as just a rejection and we got a 3-minute setup, but news was coming out. Anyway, we would have took our entry right there and full TP would have hit. But news came out at 10 o'clock, so we unfortunately had to sit that one out. Now, still looking for kind of just, in this range. So kind of looking really for a setup on either side. Right here, after we actually held this low, I kind of, I was a little interested in longs. I actually ended up taking my first long setup off the 2-minute right there. I actually ended up taking my first long off the 2-minute. We broke above this high, and I also really liked how well we were holding these lows right here. You can see all these bottom wicks. Just generally using my knowledge of supply and demand, we kind of were respecting this area down here. And if I also look on the 5-minute, you can see we were starting to show some real momentum right here. So I took a stab at longs here. Didn't get it on the 3-minute. Actually took it off the 2-minute right here. So this was my pullback candle. Pretty much switched my bias above that high right there. Got a pullback candle right here. Really strong close just above. Pretty much filled at the close of that candle. And I was in right there. I actually want to see if the 3-minute setup got filled on this. No, it didn't. Anyway, I was in that. So I filled right there. This candle closed. First take profit hit. And second take profit hit. That was a smaller trade, only about a 45-point full TP, but full TP nonetheless. That was our first trade of the day. Second trade of the day was, I almost forgot to mention, I actually did take a short down here that I got stopped out on. I literally just totally forgot. I took it pretty much at the close of this 5-minute candle. My setup looked something like this. Yeah, pretty much took it again off the 2-minute off this candle close. This was my pullback candle. We wicked below. Right there, strong close, filled to that candle, stop loss here. I really liked this for shorts. It was a little riskier considering that news had just came out. I mean, not even the fact that news just had came out, but the fact that we held this low so well. It was a little riskier and off the 2 minute. So got stopped out on that one. But that second trade that hit full TP actually put me back up slightly on the day that I just showed you guys. And then whatever. We go into our next setup, which was a perfect 3 minute setup. So we're in this uptrend, obviously, right? We have this zone still drawn out. And I also had that high marked out. That was high of day. So we break above this high right here, right? We close above it, kind of get a little bit of a pullback, retest, and then boom, we shoot above it again. This is an A plus 3 minute setup. If we go ahead and look at the 2 minute, you can even see it even better how strong buyers came in after we closed above high of day and this area that we held right here, here, and here. Retest it, boom. Even on the 1 minute, look at that. Pull back, pop back up. Looks really good to make our next leg up. Perfect 3 minute setup. That's our pullback candle. One of the next 2 candles wicks above. Boom. We take our entry right at the close of this candle right there. And we are in right there. Like so. Okay, yeah. Filled right there. Stop loss at the low. Let's see what happens. First take profit gets hit. A little bit of a pullback. Full TP hits right there. Now, that was an amazing trade, literally A plus setup. If you missed out, I'm going to show you guys something crazy that happened today. So we hit that trade, right? If you missed out on that trade, guess what? You got another setup right here. Here's a pullback candle. Boom, close above, retest. You get filled right here. First take profit hits. Full take profit hits. But if you missed that one, if you also missed that one, guess what? You got another one right here. Pullback candle, wick above, close, set your limit order. You get filled right there. First take profit hits, full take profit hits. But guess what? Guess what? If you missed that one, you could have got another one right here. Here's a pullback candle. Close above, retest. You get filled right here. First take profit hits. Stop the break even. But still, TP still hit. That is fucking crazy, bro. 4 setups in a row. Now, actually, what did happen for me, so this was my first trade right here. And I hit full TP on this candle right here. You could have, in theory, since I already took this trade down here, this was my 3rd trade for the day, and I ended up quite a decent amount off of that full TP trade. I said, whatever, I'm just going to be done trading for the day. But after you took this first trade, you would have got out right here, got another setup immediately after, and you would have hit TP1, which is crazy. Actually, wait. Yeah, you would have hit TP1. So you would have hit back-to-back TPs. You would have hit full TP on that first one, and then you would have hit TP1 on that second one. But guys, that's really my strategy. It's so simple today. Obviously, we had very clean price action starting from this 10-12 when we started this very clean uptrend. Very clean trend. My strat works the best in a very clean trend like this. Unfortunately, we've been getting a lot this week, especially today was probably the best example. But guys, like, look how clean it is. Up, pullback. Pretty much the 3-minute strat works so well because you're waiting for that pullback and then you're waiting for confirmation. Right? We're in an uptrend. We pretty much wait for a pullback. We get confirmation right here. We enter. We make our next leg up. We get a little bit of a pullback. We get some confirmation. We enter. We get our next leg up. We get a pullback. We get some confirmation that we want to make our next leg up. We enter. Stop loss here. We make our next leg up. And guys, it's really that simple. And then look, as soon as we break a previous low, which on the 1-minute time frame would be like probably right there. Wait for a pullback. Let's see if we can get a little bit more confirmation than that. Probably right there. Probably right there. That's a very short. Yeah, right there. Boom. We break this low. A little bit of a pullback. Start to get some bearish confirmation. Enter shorts. Let's see what happens. That played out. It's really that easy, guys. Obviously, earlier this morning, we were a little choppier. I got stopped out of one short quick trade right here, but, still we had this clean move up, down, or this clean move up, this clean move down. That's really all there is to it, guys. 02 Funded episode 3 is dropping shortly, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe and like this video as well if you could. It means a lot. Love you guys so much. And I will see you tomorrow, Friday, with a trade recap where hopefully we can end this week out with a bang. This has been my best trading week of the year. It was already my best trading week of the year after yesterday, and now after today, it all really fucking is my best trading week of the year. So hopefully we can solidify that tomorrow in stone, being it is the last day of the week. So yeah, I'll see you guys then later.